benefiting from the continued demand for premium electric vehicles and NIO's outstanding product and service competitiveness. We believe the vehicle deliveries will witness robust growth in the second half of 2022, with the delivery and production ramp-up of ET7, ES7, and ET5 based on the NT2 platform, and the upgraded 2022 ES8, ES6, and EC6. We expect the total delivery in the third quarter of 2022 to be between 31,000 to 33,000 units.
财务表现方面，尽管二季度电池成本大幅上涨，我们借助 ET7 的高配车型的销售以及部分调价后订单的贡献，结合销售政策的精细化的管理，整车毛利率达到 16.7%。
In terms of financial performance, despite the significant increase in battery costs in Q2, the vehicle gross margin reached 16.7%, contributed by the deliveries of ET7 with high specifications, part of the orders with adjusted prices, and refined management of the sales policy.
接下来，我跟大家交流一下公司研发和运营方面的一些重点工作。
Next, I would like to share some recent key highlights of our R&D and operations.
作为未来 NT2 平台的第一款产品 ，EP7 上市后，凭借其行业领先的软硬件平台与智能化体验，在中大型高端轿车市场展现出了极强的产品竞争力。
As NIO's first product based on the NT2 platform, the ET7 has demonstrated strong product competitiveness in the mid-large premium sedan segment, with its industry-leading software and hardware platforms and the smart digital experience.
6月15日，蔚来发布了 NT2 平台的首款大五座 SUV ES7。ES7 传承蔚来高性能基因，拥有极致的操控与安全表现，打造超越期待的舒适感和智能体验。此外 ，ES7 还可选装隐藏式电动脱钩、拖挂房车上路，提供全新户外体验。ES7 在8月份用户试驾开启后，得到了很好的市场反馈，已经于8月28日开启批量交付。
On June 15, NIO launched the ES7 over mid-large 5-seater SUV based on the NT2 platform. Inheriting NIO's high-performance DNA, the ES7 boasts ultimate driving, handling, and safety performance, creating comfort and intelligent experiences beyond expectations. In addition, ES7 offers an electrical bar as an option, enabling a new outdoor experience with a towed touring caravan. Since the start of the user test drive in August, the ES7 has been well received in the market and kicked off deliveries at scale starting from August 28.
我们也发布了搭载智能系统 ADA 的2022款 ES8、ES6 及 EC6， 感知硬件性能全面增强，算力全面提升，提供更丰富的数字座舱体验，强化了现有866车型的产品竞争力。
We have also launched the 2022 ES8, ES6, and EC6, fitted with the new digital system ADA, with comprehensively enhanced perception units and computing power. The three products offer richer digital cockpit experience and have strengthened their competitiveness in the market.
NT2 平台的中型智能电动轿跑 ET5 的量产工作也在全力推进中。ET5 的性能与配置相较发布时得到了进一步的优化与增强。ET5 拥有纯粹且极具未来感的设计，极致的性能与出色的智能化体验。 综合竞争力远超同级别车型。我们有信心 ET5 在中型高端轿车市场将成为最受欢迎的车型之一。ET5 将于9月9日正式开始锁单，首批车型将在9月30日交付用户。
The mass production preparation of the ET5, a mid-size smart electric sedan based on NT2, is also in full swing, while its performance and configurations have been further optimized and enhanced compared with those at the time of the product launch. With pure and progressive design, ultimate performance, and outstanding intelligent experience, the comprehensive competitiveness of the ET5 far surpasses the peers in the same segment. We're confident that the ET5 will become one of the most popular mid-size premium sedans. The production order confirmation of ET5 will start from September 9, and the first batch will be delivered to users on September 30.
智能系统方面，我们在8月份发布了基于 NT2 平台打造的单样 1.1.0 版本，推出了超过60项功能新增及优化。在数字座舱和驾驶体验方面，此次更新推出更多驻车场景模式，丰富了座舱影音体验，并在悬架舒适性、车辆操控性方面进一步优化。自动辅助驾驶方面，我们也进一步升级了运动环境的模拟显示以及前向的主动安全功能，增强了用户的系统交互体验和行车安全。
With regards to digital systems, we released the Banyan 1.1.0 based on NT2 in August, with over 60 new features and optimizations. In terms of the digital cockpit and the driving experience, this update has introduced more modes under the parking scenario, diversified the audio and the video experience in the cabin, and further optimized the suspension comfort and the vehicle handling. In the aspect of the advanced driver assistance system, we have further upgraded the environment simulation display and automatic emergency braking, which has enhanced the interaction experience and the driving safety for the users.
生产方面，8月下旬 ，ET5 首批生产线预生产车辆在 Near Park 新桥智能电动汽车产业园区内的蔚来 F2 工厂正式下线，并将于本月正式投产。
As for production, we rolled the first batch of the ET5 pre-production vehicles off the production lines at New Factory 2 at Near Park, and we plan to start the mass production this month.
销售和服务网络方面，我们现有395家蔚来中心和蔚来空间，覆盖全球149个城市，263家服务中心和交付中心，覆盖全球151个城市。
With regards to sales and service network, we now have 395 new houses and new spaces in 149 cities across the globe, and 263 new service centers and delivery centers, covering 151 cities in the world.
从饭店网络方面，我们已在中国建成了5纵3横4大洲市圈高速饭店网络，累计布局1094座饭店站，包含285座高速饭店站，累计为用户提供超过1200万次饭店服务。同时，我们已经累计部署1873座充电站，包含5341根超充桩和5466根目的地充电桩，接入第三方充电桩超56万根，提供一键家电服务超过86万次。未来致力于打造可充可换可升级的补能体系，让家电比加油更方便。对此，我们持续投入，以纵横中国的网络布局、周视圈的辐射式布局，为用户创造更便捷、更愉悦的出行体验。
In terms of the charging and swapping network, we have built an expressway power swapping network covering 5 vertical and 3 horizontal expressways and 4 metropolitan areas in China, We have installed 1,094 power swap stations, including 285 situated by the expressways, and completed over 12 million battery swaps for our users. At the same time, we have deployed 1,873 power charger stations, including 5,341 power chargers and 5,466 destination chargers, and connected with more than 560,000 third-party chargers, offering over 860,000 times of one-click for power services. NEO is dedicated to putting in place a power system with chargeable, swappable, and upgradable experiences, make the recharging experience better than refilling. To this end, we have been making continuous investments. With a vertical and horizontal network across the country and a hub and spoke layout in the metropolitan areas, we aim to bring a more convenient and joyful travel experience for our users.
换电站不仅是高效储能设施，也是虚拟电厂。今年夏天，我们通过超过100座换电站，在不同城市参与了电网调峰响应，同时接近60%的换电站参与日常的错峰充电，提高股市用电的比例。未来换电站还将在更多区域开展电网响应和错峰充电的探索，助力节能减排。
Power swap stations are not only efficient recharging facilities, but also serve as virtual power plants. During this summer, we responded to power grid peak shaving in different cities, while over 100 stations. In the meantime, up to 60% of the stations are regularly involved in the off-peak charging by increasing the electricity consumption in off-peak hours. To support energy saving and emissions reduction, new power swap stations will continue to support power grid demand response and off-peak charging in more regions.
全球市场方面，8月份，蔚来177启航发运欧洲，并将于今年面向德国、荷兰、丹麦、瑞典、挪威用户开放预订和交付。
As for the global market, with the NEO ET7 being shipped to Europe in August, the order placement and user delivery of our new products will take place in Germany, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Norway this year.
8月28日，经过蔚来用户社区的积极参与，合肥被选为挪威2022的NEO Day 2022的主办城市。NEO Day 2022正式进入筹备执行阶段，期待届时和大家分享我们在产品和核心技术上的最新进展。
On August 28th, Hebei was chosen by our user community as the host city for NEO Day 2022, and the preparations for the event have been officially kicked off. We look forward to sharing with you our latest progress regarding our products and core technologies at that time.
蔚来作为智能电动汽车行业的参与者，始终致力于积极践行社会责任，助力全球可持续发展。自创立之初，蔚来一直赞助支持中国大学生电动方程式，并在去年开启支持中国大学生无人驾驶方程式。今年8月，蔚来也正式成为德国大学生方程式的合作伙伴。我们期待通过对赛事的支持，助力全球汽车工业青年人才的培养。8月15日，蔚来还与联合国开发计划署 UNDP 正式达成合作。UNDP 作为 Clean Park 平台的供应方，将与蔚来在自然保护地的环境保护、青年创业者的生态环境保护、商业解决方案等方面开展深度合作。
As a player in the smart electric vehicle industry, NEO has been devoted to practicing corporate social responsibility and supporting global sustainable development. Since the very beginning of our establishment, NIO has been endorsing the Formula Student Electric China, and starting from last year, we began to endorse the Formula Student Autonomous China, FSAC. In August this year, NIO officially became a partner of Formula Student Germany. We would like to contribute to the development of young talents in the global automotive industry by supporting this event. On August 15th, NIO officially entered into a partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. As a partner of the Green Parks platform, the UNDP will conduct in-depth collaborations with NIO in areas such as the environmental protection of protected areas and the natural reserves, and supporting social entrepreneurship to encourage young innovators to explore business solutions to advance biodiversity conservation and ecological protection.
2022年下半年是未来多款新产品交付和爬产的关键时期，这对供应链、制造、质量、交付和服务等多方面都带来了巨大的挑战。我们将与内外部伙伴一起紧密合作，提升体系化效率，加速车辆的量产和交付工作，保障产品质量和服务体验。
The second half of 2022 will be a critical period for the delivery and production ramp-up of multiple new products of NIO, which will present huge pressure on the supply chain, production, delivery, and services. The team will work closely with our partners to improve system efficiency, accelerate the mass production and the delivery of our vehicles, and ensure high-quality product and service experience.
感谢大家的支持。现在 Steven 将为大家介绍2022年第二季度的财务业绩。有请 Steven。
As always, thank you for your support. With that, I will now turn the call over to Steven to provide the financial details for the second quarter. Over to you, Steven.
Thank you, William. I will now go over our key financial results, the second quarter of 2022. And to be mindful of the length of this call, I will reference to RMB only in my discussion today. I encourage listeners to refer to our earnings press release, which is posted online for additional details. Our total revenues in the second quarter were 10.3 billion RMB, representing an increase of 21.8% year-over-year and 3.9% quarter-over-quarter. Our total revenues are made of two parts: vehicle sales and other sales. Vehicle sales in the second quarter were 9.6 billion RMB, representing an increase of 21% year-over-year and 3.5% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in vehicle sales year-over-year was mainly attributed to higher deliveries. The increase in vehicle sales quarter-over-quarter was mainly driven by higher average selling price. Other sales in the second quarter were 0.7 billion RMB, representing an increase of 34.6% year-over-year and 8.2% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in other sales year-over-year was mainly attributed to increased revenue derived from auto financing services, sales of service and energy packages, and sales of used cars. The increase in other sales quarter-over-quarter was mainly attributed to the increased revenue derived from sales of used cars and auto financing services. Gross margin in the second quarter of 2022 was 13.0%, compared with 18.6% in the second quarter of 2021, and 14.6% in the first quarter of 2022. The decrease of gross margin year-over-year was attributed to the decrease of vehicle margin and reduction in other sales margin resulting from expanded investment in power and service network. The decrease of gross margin quarter-over-quarter was mainly attributed the decrease of vehicle margin. More specifically, vehicle margin in the second quarter was 16.7%, compared with 3.3% in the second quarter of 2021 and 18.1% in the first quarter of 2022. The decrease of vehicle margin year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter was mainly attributed to increased battery cost per unit, which was partially offset by favorable changes in sales mix of the ET7. R&D expenses in the second quarter were 2.1 billion RMB, representing an increase of 143.2% year-over-year and 22% quarter-over-quarter. Increase in R&D expenses year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter was mainly attributed to increased personnel costs in research and development functions, as well as the incremental design and development costs for new products and technologies. SG&A expenses in the second quarter were 2.3 billion RMB, representing an increase of 15.4% year-over-year and 13.3% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in SG&A expenses year-over-year was primarily due to the increase in personnel costs and costs related to sales and service network expansion. The increase in SG&A expenses quarter-over-quarter was mainly attributed to increase in personnel costs and increase in marketing and promotion expenses, including expenses related to launch of ES7. Loss for operations in the second quarter was 2.8 billion RMB, representing an increase of 272.8% year-over-year and 30% quarter-over-quarter. Net loss in the second quarter was 2.8 billion RMB, representing an increase of 369.6% year-over-year and 54.7% quarter-over-quarter. Net loss attributable to NIO's ordinary shareholders in the second quarter was 2.7 billion RMB, representing an increase of 316.4% year-over-year and 50.4% quarter-over-quarter. Our balance cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash and short-term investment was 54.4 billion RMB as of June 30th, 2022. Now, this concludes our prepared remarks. I will now turn the call over to the operator to proceed our Q&A session.
Thank you. If you wish to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press star 2. If you're on a speakerphone, please pick up your handset to ask a question. For the benefit of all participants on today's call, please limit yourself to 2 questions. If you have additional questions, you may re-enter the queue.
Price prediction for
2025.
Price prediction now.
From Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Chat would be real happy.
管理层你好，我是摩根士丹利的 Tim， 非常感谢接受我的提问。我这边2个问题想很快跟几位请教一下。所以第一个问题呢是，就依照我们3季度的一个量的指引零部件的短缺的影响其实比原先预期拖得更久，影响更大。那我们是否需要担心其他供给的瓶颈会接下来影响到 ES7 或是 ET5 4季度的一个出货？那同时有鉴于新一轮疫情的发展，我们怎么看待对于4季度的一个影响？那未来汽车目前是否有采取任何进一步的预防措施避免这样的情况呢发生在下半年的交付，那甚至于说明年866的一个大改款。那这是第一个问题。那第二个问题的话，也想请问一下管理层如何看待就是近日美国对华高端芯片出口的一个禁令明白短期可能对于整车企业的影响不大，但从中长期的一个角度思考的话未来汽车是否会加速和国产芯片厂在我们接下来的车型进一步深化的合作或者加速未来汽车在自动驾驶芯片4年的一个步调。So I've got 2 questions. The first one is about the component supply crunch because the supply bottleneck continuously kept the sales outside of the models like ET7. Should we concerned about any potential hiccup to the productions of models like ES7 and ET5 in upcoming months? And in light of fresh round of the COVID outbreak in China, what has NIO team done so far to hedge the risk of potential disruption to the company's upcoming models, and even for next year's, we are going to have the NT 2.0 upgrade for EFA ES6 and EC6. So what have we done to avoid this kind of risk to our production? The second question is about the chipset. Just want to learn that what's your take on the restriction to the export of high-end GPUs from companies like NVIDIA and AMD to China? Well, near term, the impact to the auto industry should be pretty limited, but would that accelerate NIO's plan of semiconductors, the localization in the upcoming models, or even speed up the in-house development of our own chips for functions like autonomous driving in the future? Thank you.
Big question. It's a big question.
好的，谢谢 Tim。第一个问题，确实这个3季度的话，7月份、8月份我们确实遭遇了这个一些新的这样一些疫情反复的影响啊。这样进入到9月份的话呢，中国这个多地的一些这个疫情的话呢，对供应链肯定是会有些影响的。那目前来看的话呢，经过3、4月份、3到5月份吧，这个上海疫情这样的一些经验教训，我想疫情对于汽车供应链的影响的话呢，相对来说的话呢，还是可控的啊。这个和这个2季度比的话，那当然我们在7月份、8月份的话，包括9月份，确实受到了一些我们的这个一体压铸的这个良率的这样一些影响，对我们的这个产出我们供应链的合作伙伴的产出没有达到预期对我们3季度的交付量是有一些影响的。当然我们也采取了很多的措施，这个帮助这个我们合作伙伴去提升良率。我们派了这个几十个工程师加上很多的这个技能的这个工作的同事那去帮他们提升这个良率。现在已经有一些这个显著的一些改善我们同时也引进了一些新的这样的一些供应链的合作伙伴。我们相信总体上来说的话呢，这个问题应该是已经初步得到解决。那我们认为在10月份应该能够得到比较根本的一个解决。所以综合来看吧，就是我们对于4季度的交付总体来说我们还是非常有信心的那所以从全年来讲的话我们对完成这个全年的一个交付的目标，我们还是非常有信心的当然也确实意味着我们4季度整个的这个供应链和生产的这个量这个压力也确实会比较大一些。你先翻译。
Thanks, Tim, for your question. Regarding the first question, in the third quarter, especially in terms of July and August, we have encountered some supply chain hiccups, and we believe the COVID-19 resurgence in some regions in China in September will also affect our supply chain to some extent. But based on our experience accumulated throughout the March and April shutdown experience in Shanghai, we believe that the COVID-19 impact is under control compared with that of the second quarter. Regarding the mega casting components, the yield rate is below our expectation, and this has affected the vehicle deliveries to our users. But we have already taken multiple measures to improve the yield rate of the mega casting components. For example, we have already sent over dozens of engineers to our suppliers to help them to improve the yield rate, and we have already witnessed some improvement. At the same time, we have also introduced some new partners for the mega casting components. We believe we have already resolved this issue to some extent at the preliminary stage, and we understand probably in October we should be able to resolve this issue at once. Of course, we are very confident about our delivery in the fourth quarter, and we are confident to achieve our delivery targets for the whole year. Of course, there will be many challenges ahead of us, but we will try our best to achieve the target and improve our delivery performance in the fourth quarter.
那第二个问题就是，最近美国对华的一些这个大算力芯片的这样的一些训练芯片的一些出口的这样的一些新的一些政策，我们认为近期呢，短期内呢，对我们的经营不会有实质性影响因为这里面总体来说并没有涉及到车用的这样的一些芯片当然这个 AI 方面的一些训练用途的芯片呢。我们现在已经形成的算力是可以支持下一阶段的 AD 的算法的训练需求的。当然，我们也还和这个英伟达在进行合作，我们也希望密切关注这个动态包括我们的一些云服务商的一些合作积极评估这个长期的方案。那我们也注意到，中国其实现在也有很多的这种训练芯片的这样的一些公司他们的产品已经都量产。我们当然也会积极的去评估各方面的这个可能的这个技术的解决方案包括和一些更多的芯片公司的这样的一些合作。总体来讲，我们不认为这样的一个近期的变化对公司的长期战略会有实质性的影响。
Regarding the U.S. chip ban related with the AI training chipsets, we believe that this will not have an impact on our business operations. Based on our estimations, our computing power is sufficient for our autonomous driving technology development in the aspect of the AI training for now, and we have been working very closely with our partner NVIDIA. At the same time, we have been keep monitoring the situation very closely. We understand there are also many AI training chipset companies in China who are working on the mass production of their chipsets. So we are evaluating different kind of technical solutions for this AI training chipsets, and we would like to work with different companies on this respect. Yeah, basically, we believe this is not going to affect our long-term strategy.
好的，谢谢威廉。
另外一点的话呢，我们也补充一下，我们也在核心的技术领域方面包括芯片方面我们是目标是建立一个全站自研的能力我们相信核心技术的研发投入不光只能增加我们应对这样的一些技术变化的这样的一个政策产业政策方面的一些风险，也能够长期提升我们的毛利率包括我们技术的竞争力。
Of course, we are building our core technology and capabilities, including the chipset. And we believe our target is to build the full stack in-house capabilities in all those key core technologies. We are building our capabilities, and we believe that this is going to help us to mitigate the political risks and the regulatory risks. At the same time, it can also help us to improve our technology powers and also our growth margin as well.
好，非常感谢威廉补充。
谢谢。
The next question comes from Ming-Sun Lee from Bank of America. Please go ahead.
谢谢威廉还有管理层。那我这边两个问题提问。第一个问题呢是因为最近就是包括公司，然后还有整个行业呢，其实竞争也比较激烈。所以说我们公司目前有没有最新的一个包括这个sales and marketing 还有这个 R&D 的一个指引，就针对今年跟明年。然后另外就是我们这个point of sale 的这个最新的 target， 这是我的第一个问题。那第二个问题呢，最近的这个在这个全球车展，其实包括 ET5跟 ET7都有非常好的那个 feedback。 那想了解就是说，因为现在整个行业的这个产品迭代的速度越来越快，然后包括还有新进的玩家，所以说我们怎么看待这个整个行业的竞争？那我们会不会这个更快的加速这个新产品的投放，包括明年的这个产品投放，所以你这边如果可以给一些指引的话，那最好。然后另外就是之前也看到这个媒体有报道，将来公司还有考虑会有第3个品牌。那目前公司有这样的想法？那我翻译一下的问题。What is your latest guidance in the SG&A and the R&D ratio, considering more industry competition and also overall the slower sales for the industry? Do you have any new target for your point of sales? Second question, your ET5 and the ET7 have very good feedback during the Chengdu Auto Show, but currently there is more competition and product iteration in the industry. Will you speed up the new product launch? And also, could you give some guidance regarding your 2023 new model plan? And can you also share, do you have any plan for the third brand? Thank you.
好的，谢谢您。第一个问题，我们这个当然我们这个确实看到这个行业有非常多的这样的一些新的这样的一些同行推出的很好的这样的一些产品，但总体上来讲，我们在这个费用方面、投入方面，我们还是按照自己的节奏在前进的啊。那包括这个 R&D 方面啊，那我们当然今年是加大投入的一年啊，这个我们在研发方面的投入，为了一个长期的一个竞争力啊，我们进行了非常大的投入。SG&A 的话呢，总体上来讲，在我们销售额的比例可能是会持续下降的啊，这个肯定也是一个基本的一个规律。所以我们不太会因为外部的一个竞争去更改我们自己的一个战略和我们的一个节奏。所以总体上来讲，我们研发方面当然我们会持续投入，这个是我们既定的战略。SG&A 占整个销售额的比例，总体上来讲当然是会持续下降的啊，这个是符合我们的一个发展的节奏的啊。先翻一下第一个问题。
Thanks, Ning, for the question. Yes, in the industry, we have seen many companies launching good products in the market. But in terms of the investment, we would like to follow our own strategy and cadence. In terms of the R&D, of course, this is our long-term strategy. We would like to make decisive investment on R&D. This year, we have ramped up our R&D investment to improve our long-term competitiveness. And also for the SG&A as a percentage of the revenue, we believe the long-term trend is this is going down, and we don't expect to change our pace or our strategy just because of the competitions in the external environment. We would like to make sure we can focus and determine on our own strategy and pace.
那第二个问题就是 ET5呢，我们近期在包括成都车展，这样的一些展览上面，我们进行了一些充分的展示啊。那媒体呢对外观内饰进行了更充分的一个报道。那我们看到 ET5的热度是持续的在升高啊，那用户的期待是非常高的，所以我们相信 ET5会成为一款非常受欢迎的一个产品。当然后续的话呢，我们明年的话，我们当然会有更多新车型的包括换代车型的一个发布啊。那我们现有的866的产品啊，在明年当然都会切换到我们新的NT2的平台，这个都是我们计划中的事情。所以我们对于明年我们前些产品都切换到NT2平台以后，整个的市场的表现。我们还是非常有信心的。我们确实不管是在 ET7 还是在 ES7 还是在 ET5上，我们看到我们在 NT2的这样一个平台的技术的竞争力啊，我们是看到用户是非常非常的欢迎我们这样的一些创新。当然具体的细节我们再有一些时间去跟大家交流，但总体上来讲，我们明年会加快新产品投放的节奏。
For the ET5, we have already showcased the ET5 in different aspects in the Chengdu Auto Show and other exhibitions and auto shows as well. We have also received a wide range of media coverage for the ET5. ET5 has attracted a lot of attention of the users, the public, and the media, and we have received very good reviews and feedback from the user as well. Next year, we plan to further launch more products based on the NT2 technology platforms, and we plan to upgrade our current ES8, ES6, and ES6 to the new technology platform 2.0. We believe with all of the products rolled over to the new technology platform 2.0, we will be very confident regarding our market performance at that time. Because if we look at the ET7, the ES7, and the ET5, we can see the comprehensive competitiveness of the NT2 technology platform. And we have launched many innovations that have been very much welcomed by our users. Of course, at this moment, I cannot share much details regarding the new product launch, and we would like to say that we are going to accelerate the ramp-up of our new product based on the new technology platform.
第三个问题，我们一直是希望能够把我们的产品和技术能够让更多的人使用啊，但另外一方面，我们确实也要去注意不同的价格区间用户的需求，然后包括对品牌的这个认知啊，对品牌的需求是不太一样的，对产品和技术的需求是不太一样的。我们在积极的思考啊，如何让更多的细分市场的用户能够享受到智能电动汽车最新的这样的一些技术的这样的一个好处吧。这个是我们会积极的进行这方面的规划。
Regarding the third question, of course, we would like to have more and more users to use our products and enjoy our technologies. But at the same time, we're going to pay attention to the users' needs and demands at different price range, and users of different brands may have different needs regarding the products and the technologies. So for us, we would like to have more smart EV users to experience our products and enjoy the benefits of those core technologies, and we will make decisive planning regarding this.
好，谢谢您。
Our next question comes from Ben Wong from Credit Suisse. Please go ahead.
各位大家好，我有3个问题向各位请教一下。第一个呢，想问一下公司是否维持之前做的下半年10万台的一个销量目标？如果维持这个数字的话，也代表4季度要做到6万8千台左右。那么是否代表就是10月份就得到2万台？比如说11月份2万2，12月份2万4到2万5，是否维持这个指引？这是第一个问题。第二个问题呢，想问一下就是订单，因为我们做了一些专调研，发现呢 ET7 都要等3到4个月 ，ET5 就要等到明年了，很多时候。那么按现在销量的话说，那么 ET7 是否就有1万5以上的订单 ？S7 也会有1万5以上啊 ，ET5 会超过5万台。想这么加起来的话，就超过8万台订单了。想问问看，这个预测是否合理哈？这是第二个问题。最后一个问题呢，是关于毛利率，因为我们已经感觉到公司的2季度毛利率其实比原来的指引环比掉3到4要更好的。那么想问问看，3季度的那个毛利率的方向是否是向上的？因为我们好像涨了2次价嘛，有些第2次涨价的话呢，应该在这个3季度得以体现，那么量也会更大。能否说呢，这个3季度的毛利率至少回到1季度的水平？好，这是我3个问题，我翻译一下。My first question is about the full year volume guidance. Basically, you already previously guide that second half this year, the volume guidance will be 100,000 units. If you considering your third quarter guidance, that means that in the last quarter, number 4 quarter, your volume will be roughly around 68,000 units. Is that true? Or roughly say in October 20K, in the November 22K, and December 24 to 25K. That's the right way to think about your volume progress. That's number one question. And then the two is about the order backlog. We actually do some dealer visit to call dealers. They told me that they got 3 to 4 months waiting list for all the new products, say ES7, ET7, and ET5. So can I assume you got a 15K order for the ES7, 15K for ET7, and roughly 50K for ET5. So together you got an 80K order backlog. That is the right way to think about the order backlog. That's the second question. And last one is about the margin outlook in the number 3 quarter. Basically, the second quarter guidance previously is that will be declined 3 to 4% Q&Q, but right now the margin seems to be better than your guidance, right? So what's your outlook for the number 3 quarter? You actually have been raising the price for 2 times, right, for the all products. Should the third quarter gross margin return to a level in the first quarter this year? Thank you.
好，谢谢王斌。第一个问题，我前面其实也讲到了，我们还是会力争完成我们这个年初的一个目标啊。但当然，这个意味着我们 Q4 的这个交付的压力和供应链的压力确实是非常大的。但我们在3季度，我们也在从各方面嘛去进行了一些充分的准备啊。那4季度的话，因为我们有2个工厂开始去生产。那我们新桥的这个 F2 的工厂的话呢，从这个3季度吧，一直都在进行这个调试和这个大规模量产的一个准备啊，我们还是非常有信心的，因为它初期的工作会非常的这个单一，就是生产1T5啊，这整个工厂就是在生产1T5，所以它的生产的这个复杂性也会低很多，相对来说的话，所以总体上来讲，当然可以展望。4季度我们它毫无疑问，我们会克服困难去有创纪录的这样的一个交付的一个记录啊！我相信，我们每个月都会打破记录啊，这是毫无疑问的啊！这个压力很大，但是我们还是有信心的。第一个问题啊，翻译。
Thanks, Dean, for your question. Previously, I've also mentioned that we will try our best to meet the delivery target for this year. Of course, this means that the fourth quarter is going to witness a lot of pressure and challenges on our delivery and the supply. We have already started to make the preparations for the delivery starting from the third quarter. We believe starting from the fourth quarter, we're going to have the 2 factories running to make sure we can support the delivery demand. Actually, starting from the third quarter, we have already kicked off the tooling and the preparations for the mass production of the ET5 at large scale in the factory 2 in the New Park. At the beginning, we believe the production capacity of the factory 2 is relatively lower compared with the factory 1 because the factory 2 will only need to manufacture 1 product, that is ET5. So we believe in the fourth quarter we're going to break records every month, and we are confident to achieve the record-breaking target for the fourth quarter, and we have been making active preparations to meet this target as well.
Wow, they're going to try and hit that. That's crazy.
第二个问题，当然大家也知道，我们这个很早就不去发布这个订单的数字啊，因为这个确实每家公司关于订单的定义都不是特别的一样。但我们能说的是不管是ET7还是ES7，确实这个我们订单还是非常充足的啊，特别是ES7最近的表现是超过我们自己的预期的。当然ET5毫无疑问要等比较长的时间。那总体上来讲我们近期的问题确实还主要是这个供应链和这个供应链端的一个产能的问题啊。我们现在整车的产能也不是问题了，主要还是供应链端的一些产能的问题。那总体上来讲的话，需求的话，我们现在还是非常有信心的。
Actually, we haven't disclosed. Yes, regarding the specific order information, we believe we haven't disclosed this information for a long time because different companies have different definitions and understandings regarding the orders. But what I can say now is we have a sufficient order backlog regarding the ES7 and the ET7. Actually, for the ES7, we believe the order performance is actually much better than our expectation. For the ET5, the waiting time is much longer. Recently, we believe the bottleneck or the constraint is not about the demand, it's mainly about the production capacity of the supply chain. Of course, for our own production capacity, so we believe we have already made sufficient preparations, but the main constraint will be in the supply chain.
For the third question about the okay, William. Yeah. For the third question about the gross profit margin of Q3 second half year, sure. The company has taken multiple measures to improve our gross margin profits, and we raised the selling prices of certain vehicle models like ES8, ES6, ET6, and ET7, and most of the positive impact will be reflected in Q3. Most of ES7 starting to be delivered in Q3 are first edition with higher price and margins. So we expect a slight increase of vehicle margin in Q3, but in short term, we are still facing great uncertainty and challenges regarding the battery cost, which will have the negative impact to our gross margin. Thank you.
谢谢王斌。
Thank you.
The next question comes from Jeff Chung from Citi. Please go ahead.
管理层好啊，我是华西的 Jeff 啊，就还是想问一下产能，就是简单来说ET5今年12月的单月产能我们觉得可以到达什么水平？然后除此之外，就是说10月、11月、12月，你觉得 ET5是一个线性还是非线性的爬坡啊？首先就是关于 ET5的这个小问题，然后第二就是说还是想具体问的细一点，关于这个产能的这个爬坡啊，因为我们给了这个3万多的3季度的指引，就是在最好的情况下意味着9月份的环比是15个点的环比，对吧？然后如果要达到全年15万台的话呢，就是说10月、11月、12月每个月都要30个点的环比啊。就我想问，就是说除了 ET5之外，在我们这个综合的这个产能下，我们是应该这么拍吗？还是就是说可能这个10月、11月还要温柔一点，这个可能就在10来个点左右，那12月就是比较是这个产能扩张会很快，就是想问一下这个节奏啊，这是我第一个问题。So my first question is about the ET5 production capacity. How many ET5 we can produce in December, and what is the pace on ET5's ramp up from October to December? This is the first question, and the second question is about the overall production ramp up from September to December. So our third quarter guidance implied the September run rate should be accelerated by 15% month on month. So in order to meet our full year's target, the October to December month on month run rate has to be at least a 30% month on month every month. So these numbers are going way up. Straight line ramp up or accelerating pace. That's December, November's portion could be more critical rather compared to October. Thank you. Let's go.
好，谢谢 Jeff。这个当然大家都是专家，这个产能的爬坡是确实是有一个那个爬升的过程啊，特别是新产品的这个上市。那当然前面会少一些，然后逐步的会加速到一个这个稳定的一个水平啊。那我们 这个从175来讲的话，我们认为12月份单月交付过万，从我们来讲，我们各方面的准备工作都是非常充分的啊。那我们内部目标肯定是比1万这个数字还是要高的，就单独到12月份去看的话，那当然这个后边10月份、11月份、12月份的话，我们肯定还是会这个前面我也讲了，每个月都会打破记录，那也就意味着它还是一个这个逐月上涨的一个关系啊。这个12月份当然毫无疑问是最高峰啊，但是我们10月份的话，那不管是我们ET7还是ES7的产能的情况，这个供应链产能的情况，我们认为也会达到了缓解。那175的话呢，爬坡这个开始爬坡啊。那所以后边3个月的话呢，肯定是一个月比一个月高的。这个总体上来讲，我们当然很难去预测，因为大家也都非常清楚，现在这个整个的这个各方面的限制因素都非常的多，有很多不属于我们公司能控制的事情。但我想强调的是，过去几年啊，我们确实整个都面临的是这么一个情况，我们也大概清楚在这样一个情况下，我们怎么样去这个去能够去有更多的产出。所以总体来讲，我们对于4季度的产能的情况，特别是供应链产能的情况，我们还是有一定的这个可见度的，所以信心度还是有的。
Thank you, Jeff, for your yes. Actually, I think for the production capacity ramp up, everyone understands this will need some time, and there's a process, especially when it comes to new product production ramp up. At the beginning, it will start at a relatively low volume, and then it can accelerate to a stable level. We have already made sufficient preparations for the mass production of the ET5, and we believe the ET5 will have the opportunity to surpass 10,000 units in 1 month. If we look at December, of course, our internal target for ET5 should be higher than this. On November and December, we believe we are going to break the delivery record month over month. Especially, we are going to see the peak at December. Previously, I have also mentioned in October, the supply chain bottleneck will be resolved for the ES7 and the ET7. And around that time, we will also ramp up the production of the ET5. So it means that we're going to see the delivery volume to gradually ramp up. But at this moment, we cannot predict with certainty because there are many factors outside of our control. But in the past few years, we have experienced many challenges and extreme situations. In the past, we have accumulated lots of experiences, so our team knows how to handle those challenges and ramp up our productions amid those challenges. We believe in the fourth quarter, of course, we're going to experience many pressure in terms of the supply chain and the production, but we are confident to make sure we can meet the target we set for ourselves.
谢谢李总，我还追问一个小问题啊，就是我想追问一个小问题，就是如果12月是1万台的话，那因为2天之后就锁单了嘛，那可不可以就是说我现在订车的话，我基本上明年6月份才能拿到车，这个你可以评论一下吗？谢谢。So my question is, if the production capacity can reach 10,000 units a month, yeah, okay. 您说吧，李总。
You really wanted to give him a number?
Yeah. 那个我们因为锁单，因为有订单的用户，他有各种各样的情况，他有一个锁单的节奏，所以锁单的话，确实是决定这个最后到底什么时候交付。当然，因为如果你想早提车的话，就早锁单，这肯定是有好处的。
Of course, for the reservation orders, there are some fluctuations and uncertainties, but for the production order confirmation, this is the starting point for us to make the arrangements of the actual production of the ET5. If you would like to get your ET5 earlier, then of course you should place your orders as soon as possible.
好，谢谢。我今天晚上下一个单，看看2天之后什么时候可以取到车。好，谢谢李总。
对。
The next question comes from Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking the questions. First one, we noticed that William visited the U.S. last month, and we're wondering what kind of, what kind of decisions or perhaps considerations were taken while he was there, perhaps earlier entry into the U.S. And then the second question is the original plan was to introduce a solid hybrid battery pack, I believe in the fourth quarter. Is there any updates to this? Is it still on track?
我很快翻译一下，就是第一个问题是我们看到William 上个月去了美国，你们可以分享一下就是这个 visit 有什么新的消息吗？还有第二个问题是本来未来想就是交付一个新的电池在第4季度，这有没有什么 update？ 谢谢。
好，谢谢 Edison。对，那个我们大家也知道，尼尔从一开始就是一个 global startup。我们在这个15年我们就设立了圣何塞的硅谷的研发中心。那我们这个因为疫情的原因，好几年这个没到这个美国的办公室了。我们这边还有几百名的同事，所以这个确实是。这个在这段时间在这个美国，然后去欧洲的话，我们要去这个去见面我们的同事了解一下我们同事的工作的情况。当然，美国的市场的准备，我们是很早就在这个思考这件事情我们一直都在进行各方面的一个充分的认证，什么样的一个产品合适，什么样的一些用户体验是这个有竞争力的。应该是什么样的一个商业模式那在过去的5年中我们这个都一直在研究这件事情。从17年开始我们实际上就在研究这件事情。那我们应该说是我们现在越来越清晰了。那我们会按照我们这个比较清晰的这样一个计划，在进行各方面的准备。大家知道，美国市场是一个竞争非常激烈的市场，那它的法规体系，它的这个和这个中国、欧洲也有比较大的一个区别。那我们当然要准备所以我们在这件事情上，我们是长期的思考周密的准备保持耐心但是毫无疑问肯定是离这个越来越近了。当然具体的时间的话呢，我们今天还太早去说但总体来说肯定是越来越近了，离我们进入美国市场。
Thanks, Edison, for your question. NIO is a global startup from day one. Actually, we set up the San Jose R&D Center back in 2015. Because of the COVID-19 situation, I haven't been able to visit our colleagues in the US for several years. We actually have hundreds of colleagues here based in the US, and we also have colleagues based in Europe. So this time I would like to visit our colleagues here in the US, and then I will also go to Europe to visit our colleagues over there. For the US market entry, we have been making preparations for a long time. We have been thinking about the US market entry strategy back in 2017, and this has been in planning for almost 5 years already. We have been thinking about what kind of a product should be the best product for the US market, what kind of user experience we should provide, and what should be the right business model for the US market. We believe right now we have a much clearer plan regarding the US market entry, and we have been making comprehensive preparations based on our plan and strategy for the U.S. market. U.S. market is quite different from the China market and also the European market. The U.S. market is very competitive, and the regulatory environment is also quite different from China and Europe. We have been making long-term thinking and preparations about the U.S. market entry, and we believe that the right strategy for us is to make comprehensive preparations and be patient. Of course, there isn't much details that we can disclose at this moment, but we believe we have a clear strategy for the U.S. market entry, and we just need to be patient for the execution.
第二个问题的话，150度电磁刀，这个我们因为这确实是一个全新的一个技术，这个从能量密度的角度来讲提升非常的多啊，我们的验证肯定是要非常充分的。那我们和我们的这个合作伙伴，这个还在进行各方面的这个准备的工作，生产准备的工作。目前的话呢，计划的话呢，确实是有所 delay 啊。我们目前的话呢，从方向上来讲的话，往后要 delay 几个月的时间吧。确实很遗憾，今年的4季度的话呢，我们应该是没法提供这个服务啊。主要我们在评估整个的这个项目的一个进展吧。那但我们大概有几个月的 delay 的时间吧，目前来看的话。
For the 150 kilowatt-hour semi-solid-state battery pack, this battery pack offers a very high power density, and we are making comprehensive evaluations of this semi-solid battery pack. We are making preparations for the production of this battery pack together with our partners. But according to our current evaluation, we believe that probably we're not going to provide this service to our users in the fourth quarter. And according to the current evaluation, this battery pack will be delayed for several months. Of course, we have been working with our partners to evaluate the progress, and this is the current situation, and we will try to work with our partners to improve the situation.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Paul Gong from UBS. Please go ahead.
谢谢给我问题的机会。就我第一个问题来说的话，就想问一下这个订单的这么一个情况，但我不是说问订单的一个数目，而是就是说我们留意到好像就有些人他下订单并不是他自己要买车，而是希望就是说占一个位排队，然后之后转让给别人，就这样有可能造成就是订单这边比真实的那需求可能来得更强一些。不知道就是说管理层有没有留意到这样的一个问题，是否会担心这样的订单的情况会给我们的一个生产造成一些个误导，我们之后的排产造成一些误导。那然后第二个问题来说的话，可能还是想跟进一下，就是下一步的思考吧。因为第二品牌、第三品牌，不管是阿尔卑斯还是这个萤火虫，就感觉就是现在管理层对这个以后的品牌的一个矩阵，好像有了更多的一些准备和思考，甚至都有一些供应链的一个下订单的锁定的一个那情况了，就又过去了大约2个季度了，就不知道管理层有没有更多的一些信息可以在这里分享一下。So 2 questions from me. The first one is, have you realized that there might be some orders that has been placed by certain people who is not really intending to get the vehicle, but just to jump the queue and try to sell the order to someone else for profit, which might inflate the order and give me some misleading information for your production plan? And how do you prepare for that? My second question is regarding your secondary and tertiary brands preparation, Alpace and Firefly. We noticed that there are some orders has been entered with some suppliers, especially from the batteries and other components. Is there more color management can share compared to, let's say, two quarters ago?
谢谢 Paul。第一个问题，当这个确实，如果这个需求满足的慢的话呢，会有你刚才说的这种情况啊，就是可能会有一些订单会被转让，但总体上来讲的话，我们对订单转让还是有我们自己的一个相对比较严格的一个规定的啊。那我不认为这是一个普遍的现象吧，那不排除少数的情况啊，很少数的情况，但总体占的比例应该是非常低的啊。因为我们也跟我们这个跟进的这个方式有关系啊。大家知道，我们如果有预定的话，我们会有 follow 去进行跟进。那总体上来讲，我们认为这种去买来准备就下定准备转让的这种情况，在我们整个订单里面应该是这个比例，这种需求的这种比例应该是比较很低的啊。我不会认为是一个主要的一个情况啊。这第一个问题，你翻译一下。
Thanks for your question. Regarding the first question, of course, if we cannot meet the user demand in a timely manner, then probably some users may transfer their orders to others. But we have a very strict policies regarding the order transfer. So we believe there will be very few cases for the order transfer, and the percentage of the order transfer will be quite low. This is probably also because of our follow-up mechanism. If you place a reservation order for now, then our fellow will follow up with you regarding the specific orders, and then this can be converted to the actual production orders. In our current order backlog, we believe that the percentage of users who are only placing the orders to make sure they can transfer the orders to others in the future to make a profit. This percentage should be quite low because of all those different mechanisms we have in place.
那第二个问题，当然我们的针对大众市场的品牌，这个我们以前也交流过了啊，信息交流的比较充分。那这个目前的话，总体的研发的进展都还是按照我们的时间表在进行啊。那当然在这个大众市场品牌方面的话呢，我们因为它会用到我们最新的这个 NT3 的这个整个的智能平台，所以它会根据我们 NT3 的这个智能平台一起去推向市场。所以这个也是这是我们的一个关于大众市场的这个品牌的一些新的这样的一些进展。当然大家有确实这个有一些媒体，包括可能供应链端，这个大家也在讨论，大家有一些信息吧 information 说我们可能还有一个第三品牌。我们确实在过去的1-2年时间里面，我们认知到2件事情。第一个的话呢，就是如果想实现这个加快像从这个油车向这个电车的这个转变的话，我们确实需要去有更多的产品去服务更多的这个更广泛的用户这个更多价格区间的产品去服务更广泛的用户。那么这是我们认知到的一件事情我们也看到了，其实在过去的1年里边中国的这种包括这种入门级的，包括大众市场的这个需求增长的是非常的迅速的这个中国的这个电动车的渗透率的增长也是因为这样一个 trend。但另外一方面，我们也看到了一些非常有意思的一些，包括商业模式和用户体验创新的一些机会大家应该知道 NIO 比较擅长的是把用户的这个利益、用户的体验和这个技术的创新去进行这个结合。我们看到了这样一些机会我们进行了充分的验证以后，我们认为我们有机会用一些更创新的这样包括商业模式包括技术方面的创新，去服务更广泛的用户。这是我们的一些现在可以交流的一些思考吧。当然，这个更细节的信息，我们需要在合适时候再去做
跟大家进行更充分的交流啊，谢谢。
For the mass market brands, previously we have already discussed about our plans for the mass market brands. Currently, the R&D progress is on track. Our plan for the mass market products is to follow the schedule and the cadence of our latest technology platform, that is the new technology platform 3.0. We're going to launch the mass market products based on the new technology platform 3.0. Yes, probably from the media and the supply chain, there have been some discussions about the third brand of NIO. Actually, in the past, we have recognized that if we want to accelerate the conversion from the ICE to EV, we will need to provide more products to cater to different users in different segments. And we believe in the past year, we have witnessed tremendous growth in terms of the EV demand at the entry-level market segment, which has also been driving the EV penetration here in the China market. We have realized some interesting opportunities for the business model innovations, and I believe NIO is very good at combining the innovative technologies with the user experience and provide very innovative experience to our users. We have identified some opportunities for us to make innovative technologies and blend it together with our business models to provide services to the users and provide different kinds of products to a wider range of user groups and communities. So at this moment, we cannot disclose much information about this, but what I can say is that we do believe that there are some opportunities for us to explore.
好的，非常感谢 ，Thank you so much.
This concludes our question and answer session. I will now hand the call back to Ms. Eve Tong for closing remarks.
Thank you once again for joining us today. If you have further questions, please feel free to contact the NIO's Investor Relations team through the contact information provided on our website. This concludes the conference call. You may now disconnect your line. Thank you.
再见。
Bigger. Oh, wow. Woo. This was your first earnings call, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
She made it through. Congratulations.
Yes. You're a champ. How's the energy drink? Did you finish it yet?
Oh, it's gone.
We might need to get this thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I can even hear this. Well, it's okay. So we're through the other speakers right now. Let's just get this all fixed.
All right. Oh, we're good through the other speakers?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear us okay if we talk like this?
Now we're through Yeti.
We need to. All right. Hold on. We're working magic.
We're getting situated.
This is as live in real time as it gets right here.
Fix that however you do.
I don't know.
We should be coming through there now.
Let's just turn it a little bit here like this. How's that? Can y'all hear us okay?
That's pretty.
Is our audio good? Are we golden?
Nikolai said it's 9:23 a.m. and I'm ready for booze.
Calm down. Oh, man.
Jeff, get ready for a bloody open. Just know.
Yeah, what's crazy?
We hit 8:30. I'll be opening up my Robinhood.
At 6 a.m. Yeah, this guy's got some buying he's doing today.
Let's go.
Man, I woke up at about 6 a.m. our time, and it was in the $16 range. NIO stock was, and I saw that they had released the numbers for earnings, but I knew the conference call wasn't until 7. But they already had several negative news narrative articles. You know, some people might call them hit pieces, but those were already out. So I thought, oh wow, these things. I bet some of these were already pre-written, and they were just waiting for the numbers to be released, and then they dropped the articles.
Right.
And so now I'm just watching it as the stock has slowly started to move back up. And so this will be interesting.
Got people
right.
hopping in here. Rune was in here. Let's go.
Yeah.
3%, almost even, getting better. Yeah, I think we're still at like 1660 something.
Yeah.
We're pushing up from what we were.
So right away when I caught this early, and I'm like, man, I hope somebody asks about it, because right away when William Lee said something about that they were hoping to still hit the guidance for the year, which, and I don't have it in front of me, but because of the second quarter in particular, I did not think that NIO had a shot at the yearly guidance. And so when he kind of dropped that in there, I was like, okay, hold on. Do we have huge numbers ahead for the fourth quarter for deliveries? And then one of the analysts, sure enough, picked up on that and asked and said, hey, doesn't that mean you'd have to do like 68,000 deliveries in the fourth quarter? And so then, of course, William Lee, in his way, sort of like walked it, back, and it was kind of like, well, there are a lot of challenges, we have to overcome. And he didn't want to commit to a number, but he basically said, we're still shooting for that. Our target is that. Did you catch this part? Here's how they're going to do it. And this is one of the things that I talked about that I was looking forward to hopefully learning about. NeoPark, and I've got it. Hold on. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll write the specific verbiage that William Lee uses so that I can reference it before I have a chance to review the transcript. And I think the way he said it was 2 factories. No, how did he say it?
Yeah, well, 2 factories is right. I don't know if that's exactly
2
what you
factories
had.
running in quarter 4. And what he said was NeoPark, that component, that part, is going to be all about the ET5s. And he also said that they're going to be ramping up to the 10,000 number at least with the ET5s. But he also said the ES7 and the ET7 is the supply chain, they're bottlenecked. That's an issue. They can't keep up with demand for either of those right now. He said it looks like those numbers are going to jack up at the same time. The ET5 is going to come full on. And so that's what we're probably going to see in the fourth quarter. So we're in the last month of the third quarter for September. And they guided for 31 to 33,000 vehicle deliveries for this quarter. We already are over 20,000. I think we're roughly at about 21,000. But I won't be surprised if they go ahead and come in over the 33. They're not going to tell us if they're going to. They might just do it. But we might still see a record even in this month. But the big thing is the fact that they even mentioned that they might be able to catch up means by the end of the year, we should see really a big uptick and number increase for deliveries. Yeah. And that sets up for a really big 2023. So back to my earlier comment, and it was specifically for the shorts who probably aren't watching this, but I'll tell them anyway, get it while you can before you get burned. It's happened before. And I'm going to laugh when we see it happen again. It's going to be fun. And understanding, look, where we are in the markets is shorts are making a bunch of money across the market. That's what it is. And so why would they stop doing what's,
making them money?
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason they're called hedge funds after all, right? They hedge, they play both sides. And so the smart ones, if they paid attention, are going to be wanting to get positions. And no big money. I'm not giving you financial advice or anyone else.
Never.
But if you're smart and paying attention, you're probably buying. Because that was wow. That was exciting.
Lots of info.
Yeah.
I know it was hard to understand too for most of our viewers. It might have been hard. You probably should have had, I don't know, it'd been a lot easier with something at home, like right in the ears. Well, with some headphones, maybe to easier understand.
Yeah. And if you don't know what to expect, here's how they do the earnings calls. And it's changed a little bit. It used to be that the analysts would always ask questions in English. But Mr. EQ, William Lee, he actually is fluent in English, but he rarely speaks it. But what was really funny is on one of the earnings calls, the translator, the woman who's doing the translating, translated something wrong into English.
Yeah.
And he corrected her. her English, and he
He's
was
no,
polite
he's
about
like,
it, but he
no,
was
that's not
like,
what I
"Oh,
said.
you know, this is how you need to say that."
Market
And I
open,
was just
market
like,
open, market open.
Oh,
Oh, look at it, just shoot. Just
Oh.
market open, we're just right back.
Is it
up.
going?
Yeah. Gotta get it.
Seth's
Gotta
looking
get
to
it.
buy.
Yeah, 1682 will open.
You're
up.
seeing it live, folks. Oh man.
Yeah, that will do. Trade.
That's funny.
Buy 20.
Yeah, that window for the shorts is closing.
Trade. Market
You know-
price 1677. That's the cheapest I bought in a while, guys. We'll take it.
Bringing that average down. We've got real life buying.
Order placed 0 of 20. Market is open.
Trying to get that fill.
What's it going? What's it doing?
Trying to get that fill.
No, I want it now.
Trying to get those shares. Yeah, this is Seth buying Neo live.
I never do this live, but it is market open. What is it? Come on. Give me them.
If everybody's buying, I don't
Yeah,
know,
like
man.
everyone's watching, they're like laughing at me. It's gonna go up to like $18 in the next minute.
We should set up
It's not
the,
gonna place.
You got trading view pulled up so we can.
I do. It's on
put
the
that
top.
up.
It's on that top right. Yeah.
That way we can. People can watch that. They're not stuck with us. They have the option of looking at us or the chart.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Lot going on.
whoa,
Going
whoa,
on.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I kind of like this screen set. It's kind of a good setup.
Yeah.
If y'all want the chart bigger, let us know. We can do that.
Look at that chart, guys. All right, so we are looking at the 1 hour chart. I mean, we can stay at the 1 hour
do
if
the
we
one
want.
day.
You want to go one day?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. So you can see where we're at right about now. Did we shoot all the way up to that? We did shoot up to 1730. Oh my god, and it's still not placed, bro.
Oh man, let's see. Look at that.
Oh, it placed.
Look at that 3 month. Wow.
What did it place at then?
Yeah, what'd you get it at? 'Cause this is 1735 right now. 36.
I got 1677.
Oh, come on. Let's go.
I got it. Let's go. Already making profits.
Look,
That's how you,
everybody's like,
that's how
it's
you
going
do
back up.
it. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Well
I got
played.
it, guys.
And congratulations. Are you in the
1677.
Century Club?
I'm in the Century Club.
Congratulations
as of
to
right
Seth.
now.
Shout out. He's in the Century Club.
Century Club of Neo.
Hundy.
How does it look? Not great. How does it feel? Pretty good. How does it look though? Not great.
Ooh, we're doing it all. Look at that candle. Look at that candle.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm. Look at this
Dude.
thing just go crazy. It's bounced
Wow.
since 1765. Holy
Wow.
cow! That's a live candle. Are you guys seeing this on that one? Yeah, I mean that candle's getting pretty big even on the. I mean, you look at this candle. It's kind of hard to see on our thing, but that's a lot of movement right there.
Well,
We
you know, it kind of looks like.
moved from like holy cow. Moved from like a
Well, you know,
1650
typically-
up to like almost a whole $1.
Typically, what happens is after earnings, Neo sells off. So I think a lot of people were expecting
Well,
that.
this is kind of weird.
But again,
Everyone was placing those buys right at open.
Well, here's the thing: it's we get caught
It's
up
like
in
I
the
wasn't the
retail
only
mentality, thinking that we control
Yeah,
things,
holy-
and it's about big money and what big money's doing behind the scenes.
I mean, this thing is still going. Look at the volume.
So if big
That's
money
just
is,
all on volume.
I mean, what's big money doing? That's where the
Well, you can go and see. Wasn't there a tool that we used to see dark pools on trading? Someone had told us about some dark pool,
the
but it was so hard to read.
it's even if you follow the dark pool stuff live real time, you still can't see who's doing what, and you're still limited with what you can watch.
Nicola said, "Isn't it a little sad we're cheering for a jump from 1675 to 1730?" We'll cheer on anything at this point. Whatever you want to call it. Holy cow! This thing is still just.
It's just fun to watch.
Look at it. Look at all the orders just going. On my screen.
having been
Holy cow!
having been up early, and that's part of what's fun is seeing the kind of the behind the scenes, what's going on. Whether it's the hit pieces that come out, before they even get on a conference call.
I mean, I could scroll forever
you
just
know,
at this 1 minute.
And that lining up with, selling pressure, pushing the price down to the low 16s or whatever. It's
yeah,
it's a volatile stock, short term especially.
Analysis, but I don't know how to read all this stuff on YouTube.
I would say good news, bad news. Good question, Anthony. I like that. Good news, I would say, is NIO and William Lee, who is Mr. Low Key, said they're hoping to get their year guidance, which means they're looking at a massive fourth quarter. Now, what's going to be real interesting, and again, kind of stepping away, because when you start looking at stock price versus fundamentals, are big dogs going to want to get in now ahead of time because they see that big growth coming and they can expect to make intra-year gains for their funds or firms, or are some going to want to position long based on this big increase of production and deliveries? And basically, if NIO's about to start hitting its stride with the massive growth trajectory, at some point, that's going to take them to profitability. And then from there, that shifts a lot of things. So the bad news, I would say, probably might take the worst piece of news that in my mind was the solid state battery, the hybrid battery is going to be delayed. And without saying it's the supply chain or the partners, it sounds like it's them holding it back. But that's also part of NIO's business model, is they work with lots of partners. Here's the other really big piece of news for me that I was very excited about. NIO is doing all this expansion. They ship 3 ships worth of ET7s over to Europe, which haven't even, been delivered to customers yet, or maybe a few of them have started actually, but they haven't gotten far with that. The point is they've spent all this money, right? Producing, shipping, expanding. They're doing the battery swap station, and that plant comes online in Hungary this month. They are supposedly spending tons and tons and tons of money. They're still holding over $8 billion on the balance sheet. And this is the time when you don't want to have to raise capital. So it's a great advantage for NIO strategically, and also being positioned in that market where the transition to NEVs, new energy vehicles, is happening faster than they expected. That's also bullish because, again, NIO's positioned in that premium segment as the early mover. That's kind of what I'm calling them anyway. Hey, Marcus, welcome. They just finished the earnings call. We live streamed it. And we'll leave this up so you can check it out and catch up and kind of watch our sleepy-eyed reactions as we started at 7 a.m. here.
Yeah.
So
early.
Maybe that's not early for some. I know Fish was on here out in Vegas, I think 5:30.
Yeah.
It's going early, going hard.
Yeah.
We're over $18 for the stock price now.
Look at this. Yeah. I got the volume just pulled up right under it.
For those who don't know, NIO was, when I woke up at 6 a.m. my time, it was $16 and change.
We broke 18.
And
got it.
We've been over 18 within 10 minutes of market open.
From 1670. I filled at 1677.
What's the total trade volume so far?
So far, like right now, we're at 11.1, and that's just, I think, at open. Well, no. So we might have opened right at, it's so hard to tell. Yeah, I think we're at 11.15 is what that means. I'm trying to get used to reading all these
Jeff says, let's go.
These candle charts, but so you got 10:30.
Dark pool, Satoshi. Yeah. The dark pools, and that's where big money makes a lot of moves. And they can do a lot there, but we don't necessarily see that until after the fact. And so as far as what we do see, and what I'm hoping we will start seeing, is the uptick in volume coming back over to NIO. Probably 100 million roughly shares traded daily, day after day, is kind of what I'll be watching for.
I think that means we're at 11.6 then today, because this is the hourly.
Yeah, if we're over 11 million in the first 10 minutes, I
think we are.
That's supposed
to be
conservative
volume, and it's topping out at right around 11 to 13, right in there. But if I go to the hourly, it's kind of updating us with it's at 11.76 on this one.
Yeah.
And that's
Seth's on the
last
lifetime
hour.
chart. He's trying to monitor, and
It's-
maybe we should
Dude,
make that
it's hard
bigger.
to keep up with. This thing is moving. Should we?
Should we make that one the bigger one and keep the chat up? Try that. Let's
Can we
see
go
what
this
happens.
one and it makes that one big?
Oh man, look at that! It's
Look
fancy
at that!
technology.
Look at that big old candle right
Yeah.
there, guys.
It's a nice looking.
That's there's some volume. Holy cow! And that's just since market open, I believe.
Well, and we
Because we're still in the first 30
Chad
minutes.
called it. There he is, 13 million. And yeah, you're right. Shorts
Yeah.
are playing with fire.
So we are.
And Rune, you're right. And here's the other thing. Again, like I said before, if we're a big fund and we want to get long the stock because we actually listened in and heard about the guidance that they're talking about for fourth quarter, this would be the time. Well, pre-market would have been the time in the $16 range, and maybe we push it down so we can buy it and enter at that price
I
point,
think there was some huge.
and then we let it go. And so we'll see.
Could you imagine if you just
that's what's
we're just
fun.
trading this a little bit and
Yeah,
you just
that-
got in at 1670 and it
Yeah.
ran up,
Yeah, it's
plus
Seth's
to
shout out
1810.
just bought for what'd you lock
I
in?
got in at 1677.
1677.
And then we shot up to we're out at 1820. We just broke 20 and we're kind of trying to push. Too bad I'm not a day trader, guys.
Yeah, it's and that's just it. It's fun. I like sitting back, just watching, and
Yeah.
observing, and
Yeah,
studying, and kind
definitely
of seeing.
still
Okay,
cool.
so what's really
Definitely,
going on?
Yeah, we're pushed past 13 million.
What's big money really doing?
Volume.
Crazy Kathy Woods is buying. That's
Crazy
funny.
Kathy Woods is buying. Someone is.
Michael, it's
Maybe it
anybody's
was me.
guess.
It was my big order of
This is a
buys.
volatile stock, and there's a big player. Citadel had been involved in shorting back in November, and we've seen a lot of negative pressure since then.
1830? Holy cow.
If Citadel decide whenever they decide to get out, or maybe they go long, again, they're hedge, but they get to play it both ways, however they want.
Everyone's got to just be
big
playing
money.
pre-September or pre-October now, really. I mean,
Well, and so
if they're listening,
if they
and,
want a position for fourth quarter,
they got to just
and they want to lock in some gains, and they see
Yeah.
that NEO is going to be probably 2xing their delivery numbers
after
monthly once
September.
Yeah,
Maybe once the
probably
park's open,
October.
probably
And so
playing
we
this.
maybe have a little bit longer. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Michael said, "Will it go back down?" Probably. That's based on no TA
Yeah,
and
I mean,
nothing
it's
like
anybody's
fundamentally
guess.
reading it, but
even
based
the
on the
best TA in the
markets.
world, big money can push it short term
Yeah.
wherever it wants.
Yeah.
But again, I think big indicator for me is daily volume at 80 or 100 million plus repeatedly, and I think once we see that, that'll
and we are now
indicate
at 14.3. I mean, we're breaking
Uh,
a million plus shares, every 5 minutes right now on untraded. So if we keep up with it, we'll
Cricket
probably
Buddy,
break
what's
that
up?
today.
It says earnings calls must be that good. You know what? Like I said, there were a lot of positives in the call. But before the call had started, pre-market, and I'll keep saying it, people who weren't here or who didn't see it, I wake up, it's 6 a.m. my time, pre-market obviously, and I see that there are these hit pieces, that's what I'm calling them, because they're negative news narratives that have come out, and NEO has barely released their numbers.
They were
haven't
already
even gotten
they were
on the
already
call yet.
They were already typed up before
Yeah,
that.
it's
Before
like they
that
had them
call was
set up
done.
the night
Don't you
before.
guys worry about it. They were typed up.
And maybe look,
Ridiculous.
if I'm a big fund and I don't care about doing things, right, and I'll do them dirty, then maybe
Yeah.
I have, some media contacts who put out a negative news narrative, push that thing down. Let me get my cheap 16 whatever price, and then go ahead and
On the
let it go.
second,
I don't know. We're speculating.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on, but it's kind of fun to watch. We got some people
So-
coming into the stream now.
Oh, God.
People are waking up.
People
They're like,
flying
hold
in
on,
here.
NEO's up after earnings.
all
It's
right.
still early, folks. It's still early.
Shoot.
Anything could happen.
Rune. All right. So crazy. So I'm gonna move up big for the shorts hedge. Get out.
Cricket, let's go.
Cricket earning call must be that good.
8K shares.
We got
Let's go.
Jesus.
Baller.
Keep pushing, peeps. Oh, we're pushing. I was pushing. It's because of me.
Yeah, good point,
It's the
Jades.
market maker.
Wall Street likes the 32% quarter three projection. Again, the quarter two was going to be the weakest quarter for this year.
Oh.
And NEO is, and it's funny because, you can look at it both ways. I saw Freedom Mike stop through and said, man, imagine if this was a U.S. company. And yeah, imagine if it was a U.S. company, we would have already probably seen the stock price shooting. And for those who do see it as a buy and as a discount and who are willing to wait, that's kind of, I'm like, man, there's long-term play with this is awesome, because I think it takes more time to see what the company's really going to be doing.
Yeah. So we opened that.
And there's, I'm not going to say, I don't even know which analyst it was. One of the analysts asked some questions, and I'm like, all right, I can tell when the analysts haven't been paying attention to NIO, when they don't even really know what's going on, versus the one like Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. He talks with NIO management regularly, and he knew when he asked the question about William Li being in the U.S. and was kind of like, so is there anything you are willing to share with us about U.S. entry, maybe coming sooner? But he knew that it was unlikely to get a direct response, or that, basically William Li is not going to divulge until they're ready to share about the entry. And William Li, did make the comment, and again, back to, Free Mike mentioning about this not being a U.S.-based company. 2015 is when they established their R&D center in California. So they've had a presence in the U.S. It's just they haven't been selling vehicles here, and they hopefully will give us word on NIO Day in December or January.
I mean, somebody had asked about it.
Yeah, and I don't think we have an announcement for Europe NIO Day, but that's going to be happening too. There's so much to cover. It's awesome. King Pop, yeah, and that's just it. I'm people speculating.
Yeah,
and
definitely some of that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, where we go, what happens.
I think despite some bad news, I think people were overall pretty excited about what they had to say as far as future plans. I think that's got a huge deal to do with buying right now.
Well, our record, NIO's done almost 13,000 deliveries in a month. That's the record.
Right.
And
and they had not predicted, I guess, kind of.
Well, when he made the comment about maybe we can do
hinted at like
full year guidance.
What?
And then the analyst said, "Wait, that means 68,000 for the fourth quarter. That's
huge.
That's
giant.
Almost a 2x on average.
Yeah.
From the best month.
Right.
So that's pretty major."
CJFM said you're more than likely right, King.
Yeah.
10,000 a month of ET5 possibly in December.
Well, and here's the other. I don't know what big money, if it's making a difference to them, but Alibaba is one of the companies that's going to get audited, and that'll be happening this month. So again, maybe we wait. Maybe there's more big money sidelined, waiting to make decisions on Chinese companies. JD's on that list. Yum, Alibaba. There's another big name that I can't think of off the top. I'm sure there's a list floating around there somewhere, but if they really meet their targets for Q4, I think share price will go up a lot more. It's pricey in Q4, but not all in. Yeah, it's and again, it's one thing to have.
I think eventually we have to
guidance, but a lot of companies, think about companies like, and not to pick them, but Tesla's an example of, Elon's always saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then when they don't, I don't know how many other companies kind of do that, where they'll give a guidance and then they'll have to rein it in.
Yeah.
NIO typically is the other way around. So,
do
people know that though? Because one of the analysts who's analyzing NIO asked questions and didn't even know that they just had an auto show in Chengdu where they showcased the ET5, and he's asking about stuff like he didn't know what was going on. So if these are people actually covering the company, I mean, I like knowing that they're not doing their research, because that means we're even further ahead than we thought.
100%. I told Aaron to call in.
and Seth is trying to get.
They were giving us the call number. I was like, yeah, let's be like the English dudes asking a question on air. That would have been sweet.
Well, that reminds me. One of the things they used to do is the analysts would all ask questions in English, but now by and large they ask them in Chinese, and I think it's a sign of respect for William Li.
Say maybe a little authenticity.
Yeah,
I think that's what I had typed in chat. Maybe it's just like it's not that they can't.
It's a sign of
just
respect.
That,
yeah. And like I said, a lot of people don't even know he can speak English, but I was cracking up that one earnings call when he corrected the translator because she didn't translate properly into English. And he was like, he was nice about it, but he was like, oh, and he was like, this is how you need to say it. That was cracking up.
Already about half of the moving average for volume. So could be
Jade says either way,
interesting
I believe
day.
being green finally after earnings will shine a light on the stock. Now that's a good point. That'll be interesting to see.
It is nice to be green on open after it. Tad, what is up? Neo just changed my life. Call 1711 and even more at open. Oh, he just made a little. If that was a little short-term play,
Get that money.
That's a move right there, Tado. He's loving it. He's feeling the open vibes.
We're flirting with $18 now. I just saw
we broke it. We were at 18.20.
Yeah.
We dropped back down. Yeah, we're
probably had to cool off.
Someone was saying not going to break a 1910 level today, so I don't know if that was supposed to be a resistance of some sort or what was going on there. But we did have a 1910 call.
The fun fact for those who don't know, this collab on the live stream just happened. Last night we were just talking and I was like...
He was like, oh, I'm going to go live real early because I was like, well, I know earnings are today and we can't do it on Friday, unfortunately. He was like, I'm going to be up real early. I was like,
Yeah, I'm out of town Friday, folks, so I will not...
the Friday one,
I will not be very active,
and of course, I do get to work Friday morning.
Maybe you and Chad can do something.
Yeah. We'll see. I did have since I knew you were going to be out, I was like,
you got a hot date, don't you? You set up a couple of hot dates.
Yeah, with the golfing green and a tee box maybe. Got to get in still in August while we can. Times are creeping up on us. Pop said words like open and other financial terms could trip up William Lee in English. Best for him to fully get the question since they're asking for their research and not for our entertainment. Yeah, I do agree. I think that answering in Chinese and also, could have something to do with some grammar understanding issues for sure.
Yeah.
Myber Tubes had got a buy order in at 1591. We shall see. Just barely missed it, man. We were lurking. Chad said, "Did I hear my name?" Haha. Yeah, on Friday, Chad. I don't know. Aaron's gonna be gone. I probably won't hop on a live. Just to be honest, I probably will just be having something to do or something else to do. That's why we kind of hopped on here today. But if all else fails, Chad, and you're live and I'm around, I might just pop around, see what's going on. Chad gives the people what they want.
You guys follow each other on Twitter?
Yeah.
All right, so you can message there.
I follow him. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if he follows me back, man.
Oh, man.
No, I don't know. It's been a while. I definitely follow him now. OPEX is operating expensive. I thought he was saying OPEX, maybe a typo for open. That's my fault. Chad said, I'll be here. Just let me know. Cool, man. For show.
It's the networking.
It's
the Neo Global community.
What is the chat going to do on Friday from 2 to 3?
I don't know. A couple people who probably aren't awake now might be mad.
Yeah, they're going to be like, where are they at?
Sometimes I'll even post like the one day when you were out of country, I think, and I didn't make it for a live. I posted something and some people didn't see it and they were kind of in their feelings.
Were they in their feelings about it? Don't get in your feelings, guys. Come on.
I'll be here when I can,
Yeah. Always when we can.
What are we looking at? 1785?
We kind of got stopped a little bit. They tried to put a halt on our little run to 19. That's all right though. We're early.
It is funny. Well, it's kind of like
volume. Volume's still pushing. We're in not even first half hour and we're at 20 mil.
Wow, 20.
The average we're looking at right now. This is the average kind of that they have pull up, the moving average, I guess is what they want to call it. It's at about 36.8. So I don't know if that is an overall average of just like the week.
A lot of times it's 10 day, but
10 day because I have it by the daily, and so this is each new day, and it's just kind of moving. But yeah, you see right around here, we just chilling.
Get a little action.
This was marked. So this was the second, or no, the second's up here. Okay, I thought we had that big volume day the second. Well, I guess it was. We still broke it, so we broke average quite a bit. We'll see. We'll see where we're going. Yeah. So.
Well, and I haven't looked at what
this is just stock price, but averages we were breaking it.
I don't know what the IWM's doing. It had been getting beaten down and selling off, so maybe it's doing something too.
See, this
But
is what I like.
it's good to see that volume early on Neo.
I could, if I want, I can add like multiple charts and stuff on this. This is why I kind of like it, but it gets confusing. So this is volume for IWN on the bottom and price by the day.
Okay.
So this is each new day, pretty much each candle. But if we go to an hourly.
And Tadao says this is the start of the push back up to the 1980 range. We have to break 20 to get out of this declining channel.
Yeah. I think 20 is kind of where we were sitting at. That 2021 super hard to break.
We've been consolidating in that range for a while.
And we've been getting pushed down ever since we kind of play with it. It's just
I picked the 3-month chart in the background, which is those who are watching, because you can kind of see how we've been really just consolidating.
Yeah. See, the only thing I don't like about Webull is they go with a quarterly, I think, which is so they do go a quarterly. But when you're zoomed in this much, they give you like it's by years. Like this is all the way back to 2019, which is way too like
WM's up just a little bit.
Zoomed out. Huh. This is supposed to be the quarterly, but I don't like on Robinhood it's a little bit different than looking at it on here because they give you still a really broad.
Rune says, sold my house and getting the cash for it.
People are always selling their houses on here, guys.
So keep the stock down until then. I'm out. People see y'all soon. Thanks, Rune.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Take care.
Later, Rune. We're always getting like mortgages, like mortgages sold, like houses sold. It's like, calm down, guys. Gosh, making us feel bad.
Chad says, just dropped past the support. Could head down to the low 17s. Tadao thinks high 17s. They're calling it out live time. Let's go.
Go back.
We're just here to regulate.
Y'all.
By regulate, I mean just sit back and have fun.
Indeed, 1760. So that was kind of yesterday.
Hopefully breaks past. Yeah, it's
broke right around there yesterday. I'm still trying to get used to all this reading stuff. That's why I'm just sitting here talking to myself, trying to like play it out in my head.
Oh man, did you get breakfast?
No,
dude, me either. Oh, we might have to do some breakfast burritos. Breakfast burritos? Oh. Sounds amazing.
Did some breakfast burritos last night. This is my dinner here. Some Sonic breakfast burritos.
Nice.
Might pick one up on my way home. Trying to hit a snooze before work. We'll see. What time everything gets wrapped up.
Yeah, this is. I expected this to be kind of a wild day.
Yeah.
Chad likes the sound of breakfast burritos. We should all go out. Too bad we can't take chat.
Yeah, chat. Just DoorDash them. DoorDash your breakfast burritos.
Let's see. Maybe we should pull up. Oh, no. We'll keep the chart out. Chad's on his way.
Ready.
Let's go.
Chad, I thought you were dipping for work. Are you on the live at work right now? He's like, screw work. I'm on the live.
Who was it? Earlier was like, oh, back to work. Put my earpods back in. Or AirPods
well,
back
I
in.
thought, I know what Chad hadn't said the thing about it. I thought Chad was like, gotta go to work, guys.
He says maybe.
It's like, maybe.
Are you hiding out in the bathroom right now, Chad? Listening in. Watching the market.
Understandable.
Trading.
Understandable.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Little bathroom breaks. I wonder if I can change the line style. I can.
You got a made in the shade. Working from home. Let's go.
Working from home. That's the way to go. No, not that I want this. No.
Should I do a summary? Let me type a quick summary of in case somebody comes in late and wants to know what's going on. They're watching it.
Yeah.
Surprised.
to these July, early August prices. They're at 21. That's what we need. Mutual fund, 8 billion balance sheet expansion. Something cool.
Try to keep it balanced, positive and negative in there.
Something cool I didn't really have is you can click on this financials part in Webull, and they don't have quarter 2 yet, obviously, because we just got released. But this is like percentages and exactly what they recorded pretty much for all quarter 1, and you can do like comparisons if we. Well, I don't know how long it'll take, but then they have a balance sheet, cash flow. It's like my
trying to break it all down.
It's like my accounting class all over again. The one I hated. Not my favorite.
We're pretty low key. If anybody has questions or comments or anything they want to go, hit it. We just did this like last night. We decided to do this live stream together.
Yeah, this isn't our general going time.
So we're just kind of
this early.
Yeah. So we'll hang out, talk about whatever, but
we need you guys to lead the way. I'm just looking at all of this.
This is cool though. I'm glad you got to listen in on earnings and kind of see what it's about.
Yeah, it was my first time actually being able to physically be there for live earnings. It's cool.
What's interesting, when you listen to different companies and how they do theirs and stuff like that, because obviously Neo's is a little different in that, for being American and only knowing English, not knowing Chinese.
It's definitely a little bit harder to.
They do the translation, and then you've got the back and forth. And the one analyst was super confident. He came in very audibly vocal.
Yeah.
Very loud. Scared some people in the chat.
I had to turn on the volume.
It kind of woke me up.
He came in flying.
No, it was good stuff. And William Lee I just always kind of laugh when some of the analysts ask him questions, and I'm just like, he's not going to tell you that, and
yeah, they're like,
a lot of times he'll go, yeah, we'll release that, in the appropriate time or something like that.
Yeah. Not right now. Not so fast.
Tad out trying to call it.
Volume to keep up. So I think it's going to go back up and test at 8:30. See, that's where I don't get these, because we broke 18 today, but it doesn't show that like on this candle. That's where I don't get these. It was definitely at 18 earlier, but now it's saying at the top.
That's where you get somebody like a Jim Savoldi with the BAM, and he actually goes in and breaks everything down and goes way more in depth.
Because it says like right now it says we're at the top at like 755 today or whatever we're at. But I literally watched it go ahead of that. And this is saying that it was only up there like on the 2nd. So that was last Friday. Which
King Pop, are you calling for the 20s?
Does make no
today?
Sense. We're not at least mid 20s. We tried. We tried our best.
You're summarizing. You're saying it's like
dude,
BS
definitely
that we're
tried our
not
best
at the mid 20s.
Well,
the big money short term gets to do what they want, and it's been an ugly, ugly market all year.
For sure.
I mean, even it's just fugly. It's
just fugly. It's hard to explain.
I was asking what candle style you use.
What candles? So right now it's just the regular candle, and then they have like a hollow and stuff. I'm on Webull, so if anyone uses Webull, it's just your standard candle, I guess, wicks that they use, and then I just have the VMA moving under it, so the volume moving average, just trying to see where we're breaking here. But
is that Japanese? I wonder.
Yeah, it's weird.
It looks Japanese. Maybe not.
Because obviously the candle just moves with where we're at. Like it moves at where you're at right now, but it doesn't show and I have it by the day. So then if I go to yesterday's, it doesn't ever say we even broke 1820, which is weird. But then if I go on Robinhood, I guarantee you, it'll be like
more,
easier,
more honest,
easier to read. I guess maybe it's just more for beginners. Maybe I should just stick to the beginner candles. Yeah.
Tracking Ashi.
Oh,
Easier to
I
follow.
should click on Neo. Said what?
Tracking.
Hiking Ash.
Knows the Webull platform.
So
Let's
we got
go.
camo, we got a hollow, baseline, bar, colored bar. Oh, okay, so there it is, the last one. Oh, thanks. I don't know. It literally looks the exact same, except for there's not like those little indicators at the bottom. So I wonder why that is just different than the regular candle. I said, oh, it's easier for beginners. I was going to say it's got to be because I'm not used to this whole, I've always been on just straight line because, you know, I'm just not that high tech. Yeah, see, I was going to say, like, even look at Neon, it's just, you know, 1820 on the Robinhood, but
yeah,
I'm a beginner. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know what's going on.
The story of my
Thank
life.
you, though. Appreciate it, Tato. There we go. Now I know. Where we at? Yeah. So King Cobb said Robinhood candles every 10 minutes if you look at just today, I think. Yeah, the Robinhood one I could get it from. This one was just a bit weird. But now we're back on the daily. So then that is yesterday. Okay.
You think we have bots in chat?
It's open and close. Do we?
I don't know.
We have to. We
really
have like
quiet.
Yeah, it is a lot of people for being a little bit quiet. Is it just early?
It's definitely early.
Y'all just don't want to talk this early.
Sleeperson over here.
Yeah. Definitely might try.
I was kind of pumped last night, you know, thinking about earnings and
definitely pumped.
So I didn't sleep as early as I would have
normally. I went home and I
crash out.
Oh, like 10:30. That's
pretty.
That's really early for me.
We did do some serious DraftKings.
We were DraftKinging.
Yeah, we were DraftKinging last night.
Getting ready for our NFL lineups.
NFL's about to start, and we were getting on it. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Buffalo Rams Thursday night. Who y'all got? That's the way to check to see if there are real people actually watching us or not.
Rams Nation, you know how we do it. Come on.
You got the Rams?
Oh yeah.
Rams. They are at home.
I hate to say Rams are my team just because I never really had a team, and just because they won the Super Bowl last year makes me sound like a bandwagon. But I did say before last year even started they were going to win the Super Bowl, and I'm a Stafford guy.
I was going to say, was that because of Stafford?
I really was like an honest Lions guy. Like they had Stafford, Sue, like
Sue.
They also had what's his face, Nebraska running back. Why can't I think of the little guy? Like 3 years ago. Amir Abdullah had Amir, they had Sue, they had Stafford, like they had their fair share. So I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna roll with the Lions.
Okay.
Sue leaves, bang. Amir doesn't even really play, and then they just really sucked. Yeah. And then it's like, all right, Matthew leaves, and I always thought that he deserved it. You know, you go 14 seasons on possibly the second or worst team in the last decade in the NFL, you know, franchises. I was like, yeah, this guy deserves it. Like he just needs a good team because you always knew he's good.
Yeah.
Just like you just got it because he's always a fighter, like playing through injuries and stuff. I was like,
yeah,
put him on a good team, see what happens. Like what happened?
King Pop's weighing in on the bots.
I don't think bots would just be listening. They'd be talking about AMC crypto or getting WhatsApp for investment scams. Oh, we've had our bots in here. They don't usually talk about the market.
Quiet. You know what it might be? People might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, they just have us going. They're just giving us the views. No, they're just giving us the views, snoozing on their pillow.
Let's go. We appreciate it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Any way we can.
Yeah, so, okay, who's your player to break out then Thursday night? Let's go. We're talking football. That's right. Why else would people come here to watch and listen?
Dude, you know I need James Cook to break out.
Ooh,
you know I need James Cook to break out.
That's your captain, right?
Oh, he's my captain.
Ooh,
I need
I
him.
went with a very bold strategy.
Yeah. What's that guy's even name?
Super bold.
Don't even know his name. Secondary man. All I know is
Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
Sweeney.
Tommy. Mr. Sweeney. That is a sweet name.
2 tight end. It's a great football name. Tommy Sweeney sounds like he can ball out.
The Sweeneys.
I feel like he's going to catch
at
least one TD.
Yeah.
They're not looking for it. They're not game planning for him. Tato says, you made it once you get the Xbox.
I was going to say that's usually
it's actually
usually our bots being here. They're not talking about the market, man. So the bots we get are on a different level.
They got their own agenda.
Yeah, they do for sure. That's funny. Isn't this update?
What about AMC? I wonder what AMC is doing. Just getting naked shorted more. It stays getting naked. Ooh, we just lost 10. That's crazy. Went from 39
There goes
to
the
29.
box.
They knew we were on to
Something
them.
crazy must have happened.
They were just getting ready to put messages, and then we called it out.
You like that? By the day. And one day.
That or
one
10
day,
people who had us on sleep mode actually
fell out.
Yeah.
Down about 2%.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
It's
Market open. And it's not huge.
It's amazing. And that's one thing that's crazy is how many people are
So you
now
got open
aware
and
of and like
closes.
openly talking about the manipulation and corruption and stuff that goes on that's just allowed to go on.
So the bottom of the candle, I assume, is the close for the day, and the top of the candle is going to be the top of the day.
I don't know. That's a tad-out question.
Oh, this is by hour, I guess. So when I had it on the daily, though.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, Tado. So on these candles, is just the top of the candle. Is that like the high for whatever increment?
Or is that where it started?
Or is that just where it opened?
The
the
Rams are hosting the Bills.
Yes.
By the way, that's the Thursday night game. That's the first NFL game.
First game of the season. Because if I have it by day, I guess I can always compare it with kind of check what the F we doing. So,
fun fact: people don't realize how much things change over the course of time, but DraftKings, I remember when it was like brand new because I was just going into prison, like 2011, 12-ish, right in there. And they were fighting to try and get it legalized. And then when I came back out, now it's like, oh yeah, just download the app and play. That's how much things have changed. How about a little thing called marijuana? Some people call it cannabis. Those companies are traded on the stock market. A lot of states have legalized it. But conspiracy is what I was charged with. And even though I fought and went to trial, I lost. Welcome to the feds. That's how they do it. And now that's just like, well, when you met me, you were probably like, what? You were locked up for how long? For what?
Definitely was taken off guard. It's like, no way.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now we're frying chicken.
Yeah. But my point is,
such is life.
Think about in just 7 to 10 years, that much changing. Now think about in 7 to 10 years,
even in the
when
past,
Neo is all over the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly. Here's your explanation.
Yeah. So the wick, the very top, it touched or the most bottom price for sugar green red. So that's what I got, because I definitely think it's including pre-market, because it's pretty close like when it opens, but obviously it's not going to show all of the pre-market movement on the weekly. It just shows your open and close, and it's pretty close. So I got you. Thank you again.
Good looking out. GLO.
Yeah, for real. Ape's just running a little bit.
Is Ape making a move? Did they stop naked shorting it? Probably not.
It's holding up better than AMC.
I wonder if everybody's gotten their Ape shares yet. Some of them are still waiting.
I got mine. I got the same exact as I got on AMC.
So they finally got it.
And I just got it at $0. Like, just the average price is just $0.
They don't know what to do.
I was like, how did I get it? It's like, so they just
it's
like,
almost
it doesn't
such
even
a joke.
open at the same price. Like, it just opened at $0. Like, so if you owned so much AMC, you're just like really rich right now because you just got an average price of $0. Because I don't know how I got an average price of $0, but that has to mean that other people who owned a lot of AMC also got that average price of $0 somehow. I was like, I don't know how I got it.
I don't think
I expected to get it just whatever it like originally like opened at. Like they just.
I think Adam Aaron, the CEO, knew what he was doing, and I don't think the folks who are supposed to be.
He just made so many. If that's the case, he just made so many people so much money.
Well, there's more going on, but he can't talk about it.
Well, can they sell? You can sell, like it's not frozen or anything, right?
You probably could sell, yeah. in fact, some YouTubers were coming under fire for saying, "Oh, I'm going to sell ape. I'm going to sell ape," and then they're talking about other people were like, "Oh yeah, they've been bought off. They've been paid off, whatever." And I just sit back and watch it all. I'm like, wow, these are crazy times we're living in.
Means wild. You broke even. No, well, it's different because the prices are different. So, like,
average
if you're talking about,
doesn't seem possible. Yeah, the whole thing is.
I don't know, King Pop. That's what I was saying. Like, so for the first couple days, it was even trading. I didn't get anything. Like, it just showed NA in my shares, even though I owned AMC, and so I was just kind of waiting. One day I woke up. I believe it was like the Monday after all of it had happened. It just had to take the weekend or something. I just wake up, I check it, and I'm not even joking. I go look at it right now. Average cost of $0.00.
Well, and this is where, hypothecation and things like that.
I was gonna say, there's no way they let that
with
happen.
The money supply, when they can just create more, then okay, let's just create it. And here's what's funny, because none of us actually hold the stock certificates.
Yeah.
Then we don't really know how many are out there. Like how many have been issued, how many have been created, how much hypothecation or rehypothecation has been done.
And how much value is it actually have?
And so some of these platforms and brokers, like some of them in Europe, were having issues because of this whole, ape being a special dividend. And then they were going to try and do options chains with them, but I don't think they're allowed to. Really, so again, they were like blatantly going to just break the law. I think listen, it's been a mess. I've been following this for a while. But I enjoy the whole like research and observing and that side of it. And the heavy shorting and for such a long period of time is why Tesla ran the way it did when it finally, became profitable.
Breakthrough.
And so it's just interesting to see sort of, what's gone on with the AMC. First it was the GameStop and then the AMC, and the AMC, it's a movement. Yeah. The retail investors it's crazy.
I don't see how they could not possibly make that work with like large, like actual whales of AMC investors. Like, there's no way that just worked out the same way as it worked for me. That's so much money just free, but
again, what is money?
That's what I'm saying.
Right? The whole, when you really strip everything down and look at the systems underlying, and you're like, wait a minute.
Is it that much money? Or is it just...
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that
fake.
The value of the dollar has consistently gone down over the course of time, right?
Yeah, Tato said, sounds like a bug, sounds like a glitch in your app. Whatever you paid for, your shares divided by your shares is your average. So that's the thing. I never paid for any ape.
It was dividend.
It was a dividend that they did for AMC
shareholders.
It was like
and it was a 1-for-1.
Was it so it's technically a stock split, but they're considering it a dividend, just that they're giving out by making a whole entire new.
Yep.
So essentially, I just got like a larger dividend. They split, and it was 1-for-1. So I just got as many shares in ape as I had in AMC. But they gave it to me at an average cost of $0. And it's been like this for like 2 weeks. So I figured if it was like a bug or a glitch, and I could sell out like right now and just take whatever. I don't think anything would stop me, but I'm not gonna, because I have an average price of $0.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Well, and this is stream is quiet, but the fails to deliver, you see me pull those up.
Yeah.
For Neo, when we saw Neo absolutely shoot and rocket, it was after all these fails to deliver, basically shares that couldn't be placed, so they could have been fictitiously created as naked shorts to push down the stock price. And that's something that I think happens regularly here in the US market.
Yeah.
And so shorts can do this, and even if they get caught, they just get a financial penalty.
Right.
Even if it's an actual federal criminal penalty, they're generally just issued a fine and they pay it. But they make so much more money doing it that they can kind of justify doing it by making more money doing it. So they keep doing it. And so it's fascinating to sit back and watch all this stuff and watch it real live time as it goes on. And, in AMC, the people all over the globe now are getting involved, and it's crazy because it's almost like we've said before, the U.S. has almost become just kind of It's embarrassing.
It's a playground.
It's
literally a
it's kind of a big
playground
joke.
for people with a lot of money to just run around and do whatever they want. Like recess.
Like recess.
Ridiculous.
Super big playground, massive recess going on.
Yeah, and then there's us that like have to sit in timeout while everyone else is just
we
out
don't get
playing.
to go outside.
No. We just have to sit inside at the lunch table.
Yep.
Just watch everyone play outside. It's not fair. It's the best analogy I've ever thought of.
Oh man.
It's like recess.
Dude, I think it's about time for us to get food. We might have to call it, folks. I'm impressed that anyone has stayed awake this long.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Oh, we had a pretty good number.
As scintillating as this has been, and as exciting as we are, I know we're fun.
Mm-hmm.
But no, for those who typically would be on the Friday live stream to close the week out, I will be gone. I won't be doing a live stream this Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully Seth and Chad can work something out and bring it to the viewers. If you can, hopefully you're set up to go through Restream, and then you can still run the software and plug it on my channel or whatever.
I'll just
if you air it on my channel, that would be good. Then people, when they come in, if they're looking for me, you can explain.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
What's going on?
Appreciate you, Tado. And everybody else.
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping through, the support. It's been fun.
It's been a crazy
it's your first earnings. You hit the Hyundai Club. Let's go.
We hit the Hyundai Club,
Let's
the
go.
Century Club, and I'm kind of disappointed that like most of the regular chat's not in here to hear it, because like they would all be like, "Oh wow, you don't own anything like compared to us."
Well, but that'd be Friday. That'd be Friday, man.
Yeah.
Run it back.
I don't know if I stop in here. I'll let them know.
All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. But thanks for stopping through.
As always.
Very happy with the earnings. Really curious what we'll see for price action. Market wide, it's a mess. It's a mess.
But what does the future hold? We shall see.
Anyone's guess.
All right, guys.